everybody, welcome to this week's Weekly Roundup. It's been another busy week in the city, so let's start with streets because I know that's what everyone's curious about. Unfortunately, we're pushing back the paving of the Washington Emmett Milwaukee Street area by a week. And we're doing that because we are on site doing some fine grading, which is kind of the last step we do before paving. And we decided to change the grade of a cross slope on one block. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I know our assistant city engineer said that this is better for the overall design and layout of the area. So we're going to make sure that we're doing it right because we want these roads to be in for many, many decades. So we are now pushing that back to the week of September 11th. So I'm disappointed to share that with you, but overall happy that we're making the right decision. The parking lot is open at the Senior and Community Center. I know that was a long project for a lot of people, but it looks great. I had an opportunity to park in it just yesterday. So we do still have to, I think, do concrete on one of the aprons, and we obviously have to put signs back up for handicap parking and such, but overall the parking lot is usable again. And then we did do some kind of smaller sections of streets with some funds we had available for resurfacing. So we finished the majority of those. We're still working on Liberty Lane, but we are planning to also do that paving the week of September 11th. So we'll bring the paver back to do those roads. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Aquatic Center. So yes, it's been crazy hot this week. Yes, it would have been nice for the Aquatic Center to be open, but we staff the Aquatic Center with students, you guys. So with high school students who some are going back to school because they're from surrounding areas or private schools, but a lot of college students, and those students begin to go back to school as well. So I would have loved, and I'm sure aquatics manager and our rec manager would have loved for the Aquatic Center to be open this week, but unfortunately it's just not in the cards. So I understand your disappointment. But I wanted you to have awareness. Like, this isn't us, having poor management. This is just not having people to man the pool. So what we did do is we asked our lifeguards if they'd be able to do just a few hours at the indoor pool, just to give some option for people to get a little reprieve from the heat. And I'm grateful that those young adults stepped up and said, yep, happy to serve in that small way. So we were able to have the indoor pool open for a couple of hours, a few days this week, I believe. So just kind of wanted to be able to provide the full picture on why the Aquatic Center closes at the time of year that it does. We also had some changes this week with the splash pad at the town square. So I know there's been a lot of use of the splash pad, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we hoped it would do. And in that use, we are going to learn, right? And we're going to make changes. We've only had it open since May. So we did make one of those changes recently. We changed, I call it the cadence, but I think it's technically called a program in the system. We changed the cadence of the water coming up and down. So now we have, I think, a couple go up at once, then those go down, and then a few more go up. All in all, that program runs for just under 3 minutes. And then this is the difference. It takes a 30-second break. So I can't even count how many times I've watched kids stand at the button and just keep pressing it and pressing it and pressing it because they're excited. But we are working, to be able to offer it, but offer it in a responsible manner. So we are going to kind of play around with the program to see where we can save water and save how much that water costs and still offer the feature. So this is a new one we're trying. We're going to try it till we close it, and then we'll see how it goes. So just awareness, there is going to be a 30-second break in between those 2.5-ish minute runs that the splash pad does. Also on that, we will be closing the splash pad on September 5th. So we're closing it on Labor Day weekend. That's what we're trying this year. Hopefully it goes well. And we can afford to keep it running till this point in the year. But I just, in awareness, we're implementing our new feature for the first time. And so there's going to be some changes along the way. So just be patient with us as we work through those. We don't technically winterize until like mid-October. So if there are some really hot days and we feel like it'll be valuable to pop it on after Labor Day, we'll do our best to accommodate that. Last thing for the square, it was announced this week that the Benson Family Town Square has been the recipient of a federal award, which is really exciting. So we got an award from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for Brownfields success. That space had some contamination underground prior to us turning it into the square, and so we were eligible for this award. And I think it's just a really great reminder to so many people who invested so much time and resource, and to the community as a whole, that although this was, difficult at times to get to this point, I think we started the Square project in 2014 as a concept. We're here. It's been amazing. We have felt that amazingness as a community, and it's exciting to get recognition from a the federal level as well. It's going to be really good marketing and PR for the square and for the community. So proud of the award that we won this week. Switching gears, so on the recreation front, we have fall youth soccer, adult volleyball, adult softball, youth flag football, and then we're also doing a terrarium workshop, and those fill up quick. So if you're interested in joining that, please get registered. And then the discount tickets end next Friday, and I think we're already sold out of a few of them, but there's still some available. So if you're looking for one last thing to squeak in before your kids go back to school, we do have some discount tickets, but that'll end next Friday. We are still advertising for the Citizens Police Academy. So they start September 7th. They meet Thursday evenings. Again, it's just kind of a behind the scenes, in-depth opportunity to learn what our police department does and how they operate. It's a free class. They start on the 7th. So if you're interested, go to their Facebook page and you can find a way to register. They're also running registration right now for the Donut Dash. So I think that's late September, maybe like the 23rd-ish. Registration is open now. Obviously, with all 5Ks, you want to register early so you can get the t-shirt or whatever item they're giving away for the race that year. This race is run by our PD, but it always benefits area domestic violence service providers. So it's a good opportunity to support a good cause and have a little fun too. On the library front, there is a lot going on into September months. I think September is library card month, if I'm remembering right. So they've got kind of some cool events around that. But what's coming up most recently is next week, Wednesday and Thursday, they are doing an end of summer book sale. So for $5, you fill a bag and you get a bunch of great books. So stop by there if that's of interest to you. We are in need of some seasonal help. So this is like umpires, instructors. I know in particular umpires for adult softball, which can be a little bit harder to come by. Crossing guards, here's my shameless plug yet again for crossing guards before the public school season starts. We are in need of all those kind of seasonal and part-time help to make everything work well. I did allude to this already, but I know it's back to school time. I think some of the area schools are already back. Some more private schools in the community go back next week, and then the public school system starts the week after. I'm sure our PD is going to put out the usual reminders they do at the beginning of the year, but in case you don't see those before, I love seeing people's first day of school photos for their kids. So this is just a reminder that if you're going to do those photos, blur out your child's personal identifying information, you know, their age, what school they're going to, who their teacher are, that kind of thing. It's exciting to see, and it's a good way to kick off the new school year, but we want to make sure we do it safely. And I know we always put out the reminder about buses. You guys, I see a bus drop off outside my door. The bus driver, or outside my window. The bus driver is amazing. He or she, whomever it is on the route, gets out and walks students, if necessary, across the roadway. But we can all help that too by just practicing school bus safety, which mainly revolves around patience. Just giving a couple extra seconds to make sure the kids can move safely and the bus can continue safely as well. So just watch for those next week. Or the following week as we begin to post those from the police department page. There is a lot happening in this weekend again. I say that almost with exhaustion. There's been so much going on this summer in the community that I'm like tired from summer, I think, and all the incredible events that we've had, but we're not done yet. So I'm super proud. Watertown TV does a great job of streaming area events as best we can, and we're going to start tonight, at the football game. So Watertown High School is a football game. We're live streaming that. So if you're interested in watching it, but not interested in sitting outside quite yet, you can click the link right from their post and watch that event live streamed. We are ending the Sounds of Summer End of Summer Bash at the Town Square on Saturday night. The Yankee Dutchmen, who are like one of my personal favorites. I love seeing them in all the parades that they're in. They will be coming at 5:30. DJ Shauna, who's the Milwaukee Bucks DJ, will be coming back, and they'll be doing a laser light show. If you saw them at Riverfest, the laser light show and DJ Shauna, it was an incredible, incredible experience. So if you missed it, I'd encourage you to come to the Square tomorrow night on Saturday. We are also doing, if the Square is not for you, we are also doing Last Call Before Fall. This is run by the Main Street program. It's kind of end of summer deals that a lot of the Main Street businesses are participating in. And then I do believe we have another event at the Square on Sunday evening, which is also a music event. And then next Thursday, so I won't see you before then, next Thursday, yes, Watertown is doing what they call Rock the River. They host this at Riverside Park. It's music and food. You can bring your own water and stuff to drink. But I believe this one is benefiting the Watertown Humane Society. And I want to just take a minute to explain. The Watertown Humane Society is doing a fundraising event for an expansion and renovation of their existing facility. I don't often talk about those here, but we are a large partner with the Humane Society. Oh shoot, I'm missing what they're called. They're not called our animal officers, our humane officers. They do a lot of work with animals that are strays, but also just kind of hoarding situations. A variety of different situations arise with animals, and we work heavily with the Humane Society. So their business model has shifted quite a bit, especially post-pandemic, and they're in need of some new space, and they're doing a fundraising effort for that. So this event next Thursday is going to support that. If you're generally just interested in the project, I know they have information up on their website, or would be happy to chat with you about it as well. If none of that catches your fancy, we have just an incredible recreation system here in the community. The Storybook Trail is ready to roll. And then all of our different businesses throughout the community are really growing and expanding. I highlighted a few of those last week, restaurant-wise throughout the community. So plenty to do here this weekend. So have a good weekend. We'll see you back next week.